Well, well, well. It looks like Chrystia Freeland has resigned for the second time in her political career. As of today, she announced her resignation. She will no longer be the transport minister. She will no longer be a cabinet member. She will, however, still be an MP, unfortunately, but she's taking some job with something to do with Ukraine. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But either way, she has resigned. She will still be an MP, however, but then when the next election happens, they will pick another Liberal to replace her running in that, I think it was University Rosedale was her riding, so she's not going to be returning to Parliament. She is not going to be returning to question period. This is great news. So Ryan from Northern Perspective has something to say here, so we're going to have a look. Now, before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really does help grow the channel, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that for me. So let's take a look, and then we'll talk about it.
We have breaking news from Parliament Hill, everybody. Chrystia Freeland has stated her intention to resign from Cabinet. As most people know, she is the Minister of Transport, and sometimes people say that that's where ministers go if the party wants them to shut up. So this is very significant in the fact that she is essentially leaving her cabinet position.
To be honest with you, I think everyone wants her to shut up. No more of that squeaky, whiny little voice, Mr. Speaker. I'm sorry I even did that cringe impression for you. I'm sure it brings back some bad memories.
And she is expected to take on a new role as envoy to Ukraine. Now, there is no indication whether or not she is expected to actually step down as a member of Parliament as well. We don't have that information yet as this story continues to develop, but this is the latest on Parliament Hill. So interesting that she's willing to turn down that extra money as a cabinet position, as a cabinet minister, and be part of the prestigious internal circle of Mark Carney as part of that cabinet. So interesting developments as we see additional potential fractures within the Liberal caucus, within the Liberal cabinet. So we will stay plugged into this and see how it develops, but very interesting times indeed as we are only into day 2 of the fall parliamentary session. Stay tuned.
Yeah, so it does look like she might not even be an MP anymore, which would be great news. And by the way, if she did resign as an MP, that would also trigger a by-election. Now again, her riding is in downtown Toronto. It's super liberal. I don't think the Conservatives or even the NDP could take that seat. But hey, here's to hoping, right? That's all we got left. So hopefully they can, hopefully she does resign as an MP as well, and they have a by-election. Who knows? Maybe the Conservatives can pull off an upset here, just like they did in Toronto St. Paul about a year and a half ago. So Pierre-Poilievre had something to say about this. And he says, Chrystia Freeland resigned as finance minister from the Liberal cabinet to avoid presenting a jaw-dropping $60 billion deficit. Now she is resigning before Prime Minister Carney introduces an even bigger one. And that's right, we have to remember, this is her second time. She resigned as finance minister, but not as an MP. Now she's resigning as the transportation minister, so that's very interesting. And then there's a short clip here I just want to show you guys here. It's only 40 seconds. And this was posted by CBC Watcher. So I'm not going to read the quote because that's what's in the video. So we'll have a look at that and see what Mr. Poilievre has to say about Chrystia Freeland.
Mr. Poilievre, what will Chrystia Freeland's legacy be, in your view?
That's a good question. I think it was that she resigned rather than introduce a $62 billion deficit. I think she said the Liberals were trying to force her to introduce a deficit of $62 billion. And she said, this is irresponsible, it is out of control, and it will cause massive inflation. And of course, that deficit went ahead anyway, and now it's even bigger. She's probably trying to get out of town and as far away as possible before this disastrous November budget comes. And I don't blame her.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, she probably does want to back away from this, saying, look, my time as finance minister didn't go that well. And now I'm going to be a part of another cabinet, a Liberal cabinet, where we're going to spend even more money. I got to get away from this. And like Pierre-Poilievre said, I don't blame her. I don't blame her either. She's essentially just saying, hey, I'm done with this. And even though, yes, she is going to be forfeiting her salary as a cabinet member, I am very certain, I'm not 100% sure, I don't have the proof, this is just my opinion, that she's probably going to be paid very handsomely for her new, what do they call it, the Ukraine envoy, whatever that, I don't even know what that is, but that's what she's doing, and we are now going to be relieved of having her hear her in question period, making ridiculous remarks, not answering questions, and being snarky, which he then compares Poilievre to Trump for being snarky, but I guess it's just fine when a liberal does it. It's kind of like what we're used to hearing, right? Like, the liberals will criticize Pierre Poilievre being like Trump, but yet Mark Carney is actually more like Trump than Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre's not nearly as rich, he's not nearly as old. He's also a career politician, where Mark Carney and Donald Trump are both rich, old, white men who are not career politicians. That's more in common with Trump than what Pierre has, so I'm not really sure why they try to be sneaky like that. Well, it's probably because they don't want themselves to get exposed, which they always do. But either way, we got some good news. Finally, I know you all have been hoping for some good news. That's one liberal down, hopefully another 167 of them to go. In the next election, we can vote them out. Whatever that is, we'll see. But hey, today was a good day if you're a conservative, which probably means it was a good day for Canada.